David walked in, shirtless, begging for a rub down. He was oozing major Chad energy. Suddenly, we were intercepted by some wacky dude in a science-y smock wielding a jagged boomstick of doom. I had to jettison Dave as the doc let out a shockwave tsunami that made me yelp like a startled cat on roller skates. What chaos was this? This Looney Tunes buffoon radiated wackadoo thunder god energy, scoring a 0 on the coolometer. Major L vibes. He whisked David to the underbelly of the old cop shack. I had to swoop in like a night owl, but the doc was a sneaky skunk, blocking my moves with his spiky doomstick and zappy zap booms at every twist and turn. I felt myself becoming trapped in a glitchy mindscape. I needed to stay calm. I felt the tickle of urgency. It wasn't David's curtain call yet. Plus, our epic rub-a-dub sesh was still hanging like a half-baked souffle. Bravery surged. I zapped into dash mode, sneaking in behind the doc after he was lured by the pull of thwacking another with his smash stick. I yanked David from the dungeon, but the doc was giving major tunneling cringe vibes. A raging doc stormed back, thirsting for plasma and boomstick wax. David ghosted, but I wasn't so lucky. Bummer City. The whack-quack scooped and strung me up for future gazes, letting out another thunder kaboom to help find the next wailing noodle. While he jaunted off, my BFF Michaela swooped, untangling me. Michaela's always the star in my crisis flicks. After bandaging my hurt, we multicasted to hunt for the exit, as more zappy zaps echoed from the doc's chaos. I rummaged the mazy halls, desperately scrambling for a way out. I knew there had to be a way out of this sparky dream zone. This zone was leaking cringe and oozing lameness. Then bam, there it was. I found a zappy contraption for the door flippers. I tried to fix it, but the brainy doc was all like, nope, and booted me out of there. He pretended to give chase, but he was just patrolling his electric-powered doohickeys. I came back and was at it again, tweaking the glitchy Jenny, but the doc was fuming like a dragon, stringing up my bestie. He zoomed back out on whack patrol, defending his spark spinners. Out of nowhere, this dizzy portal appeared, and I was like, let's yeet. Inside, I found a glowing rock that screamed cosmic aura. It was total vibes. Returning, I glommed onto David in the Jenny Fixathon, but poof, straight up ghost vibes again. As the wackadoodle hit another with the zinger stick, kaboom! The Zap-O-Matic 5000 exploded in a shockwave, jolting my brain, causing me to unleash a shriek. Big yikes. I was on a mission to zap on this gen, but David's Chad vibes were weakening and he fled once more. Someone had to crank the power, and that someone was totally going to be me. Vibe check. Main character mode activated. I zoomed back to the gen, based. Out of nowhere, the doc yanked me from his electrical box. Fury in his peepers, he hooked me up for round 2. He really wasn't vibing with us tinkering with his sizzle machines, and gave it a good kick of rage. Suddenly, David swirled in like a caped Avenger minus the cape, rescuing me from the hook's clutches, like an alpha, regaining his smexy Chad status. The doc could totally sense us tickling his zap machine again, and returned to hand out some epic smackdowns. That's when it hit me, the mystical aura pebble. I smashed it down, and poof, gone in a haze of whimsy. I returned to the Gen factory once more. Michaela and I finally finished piecing it back together, but David was in the dumpster of doom I feared. The doc zapped him and tossed him to the spidery sky creature. I thought, this ain't it, Chief. It's time to go. I had to keep hammering these door wigglers or be forever stuck in Cringe Town. I snagged another gen to tinker with as crackly shock booms continued to dance through the place. It was giving bad vibes, Unfortunately, the doc booted me from gen time again. He found my brain vibes, sizzling on my scent. I could feel the heat. Just gotta keep zooming to shake him loose, I thought. I tried to lose him in the abyss. If that was a flop, I could maybe snag another shiny magic pebble. I stumbled on one at the juice well, but the doc was hot on my tail, fire flickering in his deranged peepers. He flew across the open chasm like a wild hex flinger, but boom! I smacked him with a lumber slab and bolted. I slammed the sparkly stone, aiming for a poofy smoke escape again, but nope. The doc wasn't falling for my tricks again. He was hell-bent on wrecking me for my earlier shenanigans. He was like a shadow, relentlessly chasing me through the old, spooky cop cave, zooming up the staircase, zigzagging through the rooms and the twisty tunnels. I had to ghost him or it would be lights out for my aura, I feared. As I approached another splinter stick, bam, spiked wand whack-a-mole, but wham. Another wooden plank of doom slowed down his chaos. I zoomed back to the void to escape, my only glimmer of hope. Somehow, I lost the baddie like magic. Inevitably screeching toward the web beast in the ether dome, I rummaged a chest in hopes of finding a magic band-aid. Meanwhile, my ride or die was glued to the last gen, whirring like a banshee. While I didn't snag a med kit, I tripped over a tinkerer's box, a gleaming savior. Just then, Michaela got yeeted off the gen, but I zoomed into the chaotic fray, fingers twitchy. Generator kablooey. Heart racing, I used the toolbox to wield the chaotic contraption into the final spark. At least my soulmate can rocket to safety, I mused. The exit gates buzzed with power, but I needed to save my pal squared. I raced through the wibbly-wobbly halls, zap-zap pulses thrumming madly. I had to yank my brain from the fuzz. I needed to snap out of it. Doczilla wasn't going to let Michaela skedaddle, whacking her with his pointy ruckus bat and launching her into the webby sky ghost zone. I had to blast out of this mental calamity, like yesterday. I zoomed towards the door, but the zappy Med Wizard was already on us, craving wild whack-a-mole bops. I was toast, but suddenly, bam! The cosmic server overlords aligned, allowing David to gift me his sweet, dead-hard shenanigans from his tangled web in the sky. My final chance in this hopeless trial. I retreated back to the void to mend up from using the chaotic and unstable power of E. Vibes were all doom and gloom. My last mate got beamed up to the tangled sky spaghetti. I decided to let the void roll the dice of my destiny. I jumped into a random twirly wormhole and whoosh, straight to an exit gate, as if the cosmic weirdos wanted me to keep kicking a bit longer. The doc was zipping through the place, ninja style, securing all of the other exits while I jiggled the knobs on the one before me. My palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy. Finally, it whooshed open. I bolted. The final soul left to spill the tale of the zappy mad doc of chaos. Major W vibes. Subscribe for part 2 at 500 subscribers. Anyone have a story they want to share?